Today we are going to take a look at how to make money blogging, and I had the opportunity to interview someone who is a seven-figure earner from their blog. Now you're probably thinking seven figures from a blog sounds absolutely ridiculous, and I agree, it completely does. But believe it or not, there are people out there earning seven figures from their blogs. There's six-figure earners, five figures, four figures, etc., etc. So today we have had the opportunity to interview Stefan, who is a seven-figure earner from his blog. Now let's talk about blogging. So why blogging? Why is it a great method to make money online? Well, with blogging, you can get started for free. It's available worldwide, and you do not need any skills or experience to get started with this. Now, one of the best and awesome ways about making money via blogging is I can think of about 7 or 8 different ways that you can earn from a blog off the top of my head. You have got things like paid advertisements on your blog. You have got sponsored posts, so when a different company or a blog or a website owner, they ask you to put content on your blog and they will pay you for that. You have got affiliate marketing, you have got product reviews, and honestly there's many more different ways that you can earn from a blog. So make sure you watch this video till the end, because we'll go over tips to success. We'll then look at our best traffic sources to use, because when it comes to blogging, you know, you've got lots of different traffic sources. We'll go over the traffic sources that we focus and recommend on, and you'll be happy to know they are all free traffic sources. We'll then go over the how and why to start blogging, and then we'll start getting into, you know, some of the technical stuff, and we'll start looking at some awesome softwares that you can use over on your blogs, and then we'll basically give you tips to how you can speed up the entire process. But blogging, I have many different websites and niche sites. Stefan, who he has his own blog called Action Taking Blogger, and we'll just go over this really simple, and then Stefan will give you a bit of background to him and how he got started with this whilst working a full-time job. And I hope by the end of this video you have some idea in your head of how you can get started blogging, where to start blogging, etc. So let's jump into this interview now, and we'll go through this process. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please leave them down below. And if you find the video useful, give it a like for me. I would really appreciate that. So here we go, let's jump into it. But before all of that, if you like simple ways to make money online and work from home, then subscribe to the channel and hit notifications, and then you'll always know when I've uploaded a new video. And if you want some free resources to make money online, come over to my blog and check out my free members area. All of the things that you see on the screen right now, they're all absolutely free and waiting for you. Okay, so today we are being joined by Stefan Ciancio. Hello Stefan, welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to join us. For anybody who's new to this channel, do you want to go ahead and just give a brief introduction, who you are and a little bit about what you do?
Sure, Mark, and thanks for having me on. Really excited to be here. My name's Stefan. Like you said, I am an online entrepreneur. I've been so full-time for the past going on 4.5 years now. Basically, I'm an online marketer, a blogger, and as well as you could say a direct response marketer. So, I run a blog called actiontakingblogger.com. I also have a YouTube channel tied to that blog, and over the past few years, I've also launched a series of digital products that help newbie entrepreneurs start their business with online marketing, make money through affiliate marketing, and basically grow their traffic conversions and sales. As of late, I've also gotten into developing software-related products to help people even further, and I also I also sell products via webinars as well. So that gives a little introduction to kind of what I do. You could say really I'm a guy that you would go to if you were looking to start an online business, or if you already had an online business and you wanted to learn how to drive more visitors, get more leads, and make more money from that business.
Wow, great introduction. So lots going on then. So I'll just give a bit of background to how I first come across Stefan and his content. So my background is blogging, and I've been blogging for a number of years. And Stefan released a couple of products, I think it was about two years ago. It was one called Polly, which focused on using the traffic platform Pinterest to go ahead and drive lots and lots of traffic over to blogs and websites. And that was one of your first products. I then purchased another one, which was Affiliate Marketing Rebirth. And again, it was an excellent product and incredibly cheap for the amount of content that was in there. So as you said there, like for people who are looking to grow their businesses and, you know, blogs, websites, etc., when it comes to traffic, I always think of you as sort of the traffic person to go to. if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, I get that a decent amount. Yeah, I've released a lot of courses related to driving traffic. Keeping it simple, my philosophy is really the way I see online marketing is it's so easy to find something to sell. You don't even have to develop your own product these days. You can be an affiliate. You could drop ship. You could create digital products. So in my mind, that's the easy part, right? The hard part is actually driving traffic. And another way that I kind of visualize is if you're in the supermarket, you're kind of your own cash register, right? And there's all these shoppers, and you're kind of competing with all these other cash registers, right, to have the people come in and check out through you. And the way I see it is traffic is kind of fighting with all the other cash registers to get the people to come to your lane. So if you can do that, if you could solve that problem, you're in the 5%, because most people, it's pretty easy for them to find something to sell, even to build a landing page or do something like that, but they can never get the traffic figured out. So if you can figure out traffic, it was not I who said this, but another great marketer said, he who controls his traffic controls his success. And it's just so true, So I do get a lot of people telling me like, oh, you're the traffic guy. I don't know if this is a spoiler alert, but one of my favorite traffic sources is Pinterest. So a lot of times I'll get people saying, you're the Pinterest traffic guy. And people will look at me and just say, oh, Pinterest. Like I've been to events where people will literally just point at me and say, oh, yeah, Pinterest guy. So, traffic guy, Pinterest guy, I get either one a lot. But it definitely goes with my philosophy that once you know how to drive visitors, you pretty much have 95% of it figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for that. And the interesting thing with Pinterest and traffic in general is it's not actually that hard once you learn it and start implementing it. It's not that difficult, is it?
No, it's not rocket science. Really, the most important thing is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I mean, you're killing it with YouTube. So really, when you focus on one traffic source and really take that traffic source seriously, you're going to get a lot better results. And when you do have that traffic source really high and pretty automated, then you can move on to focusing on other traffic sources. Now, obviously, this is easier said than done. I mean, especially I think people who are in online marketing always want to do 50 things at once, right? So a lot of people think, oh, I need to get my Instagram, my Pinterest, my YouTube, and we're all guilty of it. I do the same thing. But really, when you start focusing on one traffic source, it starts blowing up. On one of my websites, I've driven well over 1 million visitors from Pinterest, just because I really focused on, for that site, getting that one traffic source to where I knew that it would start driving serious traffic. But it's really when you start doing that and focusing on one traffic source, you start actually getting results from it.
Okay. So in terms of traffic source at this moment in time, is Pinterest still your preferred number one route?
I think Pinterest is something that some people should absolutely be doing. There's a lot of software out there that makes Pinterest traffic very easy, to the point where you don't even have to do a lot of work. So it's something that you can literally automate, and with maybe just a couple hours a month of work. So I think even if you don't want to be focusing on Pinterest, I think it's worth it to have that running for yourself in the background. And then you can focus on that full time, or you can focus on, just letting it run and make sure that you're circulating your content on there automatically with some sort of software. And then you can focus the rest of your time on another traffic source that you prefer, whether that be YouTube, SEO, whatever it is. So, that's kind of how I see it. I do love Pinterest, but at this time, it's on one of my websites, it's pretty much completely automated. I have it running through a software called Tailwind, which I don't know if you've heard of, but it's a great software. So I focus a lot on that. And then, I try to automate that as much as possible, so then I could focus on other things as well. So.
Okay, great stuff. And Tailwind, as you mentioned, it takes literally a couple of hours to set everything up, and then it just runs on autopilot for you, doesn't it? So it's worth investing a couple of hours to get that up and running, and then automatic traffic for you. So you briefly mentioned at the beginning of this about so you have your main website, and then you have niche blog or niche website specifically. Tell us a little bit more about your main website.
Sure. So my main brand is Action Taking Blogger. Basically, it's something that I see as like my main kind of brand moving forward. I do still have my main name site, which is myname.com. But I really wanted to focus on growing the Action Taking Blogger brand. So I have a YouTube channel centered around that, and the YouTube channel, as far as growth, is relatively new. I only have about 35 videos on there, and I haven't posted anything in a while just because I've been so focused on a few other things. But, I kind of really want that to be my main brand moving forward. So, like I said, I've done a lot of things. I've generated well over 7 figures at this point, probably over 2 million in sales from digital products,
Wow.
selling and everything. Yeah. So now it's kind of like I want to take all my results, what I've done, and Action Taking Blogger is kind of the brand to really show people what they could do online, show them what's possible, and give them the steps to actually do that. So that is my brand moving forward. Like I said, a lot of people probably previously knew me under my name,
Yep.
Stefan Ciencio. So now that I'm really pushing that Action Taking Blogger as my long-term brand. So.
Okay, well, that sounds absolutely awesome. Now, in terms of blogging, I mean, when you first start out in blogging, and I had this myself, I think people underestimate the amount of time you're going to have to invest into a blog to see success, aren't you? Because it can take a lot of time to get, well, it can potentially take a lot of time to get some traffic, especially if you're going down the search engine optimization route. So in terms of people who were maybe thinking about starting their own blog, what would be like some of your top tips, if you like, as a beginner, or something that people should look out for when they're first starting a blog?
Absolutely. So I would say that, if you're just going to be doing SEO, you're absolutely going to be waiting forever to get traffic. And I think every blog kind of just has a time frame where it kind of stinks, and then it starts to kind of finally slowly get traction over time. I would say for the newbie blogger, you definitely want to be doing some sort of content schedule. Like otherwise you're just going to be losing track of things. Try to post something new on your blog. I would say minimum once per week. I would make sure that was SEO optimized. And then what I would do is I would also make sure that I put it on Pinterest and started circulating it with something like Tailwind. So as long as you're doing one piece of content minimum per week, you're SEO optimizing it, and you're putting it on Pinterest, that is an excellent starting point. And then what's cool about a software like Tailwind, I mean, they basically should be paying us, right? Because we're talking so much good stuff. Basically, they have this feature called Tribes, and
Yeah.
Tribes drives a ton of traffic. So even if you're a new person and you set up your website and you've got 5 pieces of content on there and you put them on Pinterest, Pinterest should start driving some traffic right away. But if you really want that to take off, start posting those in the Tailwind Tribes, which for anyone who is watching, basically it's like a sharing exchange. So you're going to share some of their stuff to your Pinterest, and then they're going to share your stuff to theirs. So especially if you're new, it can give you a lot of initial exposure. So right off the bat, this is good for a few reasons. One, it's going to build your confidence because you're seeing that you're actually getting traffic early on. Number two, it's going to definitely motivate you to put more content on because you're going to want to put more stuff on Tribes. And 3, it's going to show you the possibilities of just how quickly this can grow if you really are focusing on a solid content schedule, SEO optimizing everything, and getting it on Pinterest and doing Tribes. So that would be my advice for someone who's new, is just if you focus on all those things, there's no reason why in 3 months you can't have actually a blog that's getting very consistent traffic. Now, again, there is always going to be a long-term snowball effect. So eventually SEO will kick in. The long-term SEO will kick in. Eventually your brand will start getting a serious name, and you're going to get a lot of direct visitors that keep coming back. People will start linking to you. You'll get a lot of backlinks. So there is a snowball effect, but I think what's kind of cool about doing the whole Pinterest thing in addition to just SEO is that it'll give you that initial confidence. It'll give you that initial basic results that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten, and it'll show you what's possible long-term and keep you motivated.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we keep mentioning Tailwind, but it has so many features on it which are just absolutely awesome, aren't they? And it's incredibly cheap for what you get. So top tip is obviously Tailwind. Now, moving on to, let's talk about some money numbers. Can you remember the first affiliate commission you earned via your blog?
So it probably would have been on my old blog, which is the Stefan Ciencio brand. But I would say that my first ever, believe it or not, my first ever commission, I think, came from a solo ad, believe it or not.
Really?
This was before I never launched any products. But basically, yeah, I followed some course I got online, and essentially I didn't even have a website yet. I just had a landing page. It's a very bad course, but essentially it taught you to build a landing page and then drive solo ad traffic. So for anyone who's watching that doesn't know, solo ad traffic is basically you pay someone with an email list to send an email for you that is a promotion to whatever you're selling. So I just built a really simple landing page that was related to digital marketing or something related to making money online. I don't even remember. And I just sent a solo ad to it. And essentially I had an affiliate product on the back end on the thank you page. And I just remember I ran the solo ad and I made some sales off of the traffic that went to the thank you page. Now, of course, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to be rich because, then the reality hit me. I ran a bunch more solo ads and then not all of them did that well.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of my first commission. I mean, as far as commissions I would say on my blog, I started doing a lot of product reviews, ranking things in Google, and then also, and a lot in the internet marketing space. That was really one of the first things that I ever started doing before I started getting into the real niche blogging. Was I kind of put the cart before the horse. But basically I would, I started making connections and I partnered with people and I started launching digital products related to marketing. And I built a buyer's list obviously as well. So I had that, and, between that and then doing product reviews on my blog, I started getting affiliate commissions fairly regularly. So I think this was back in 2000, probably 2014. Actually, my first affiliate commission ever, I was actually on a cruise. And there was no internet except if you went to the cafe. They had like an internet cafe on the cruise liner. So I remember I sent my solo ad before the cruise, and I was so curious during the cruise, what kind of results I got. So I remember I snuck away from everyone during the cruise, and I went to the internet cafe, and I just checked to see if I got any commissions. And that's when I saw that I made money. And that's when I had that aha moment of, oh my God, I'm going to be so rich. And then, reality came crashing down shortly after that. But I think it was the end of 2014 when I started getting very consistent affiliate marketing commissions. So yeah, I mean, it's been, it's crazy. I guess 4.5 years pretty much since then. So time really flies, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was just laughing there. I just imagined you in this internet cafe for the whole cruise, just constantly checking. But I think when you first start, and to be honest with you, I still do it now. So when you get those emails come through on your phone or anything, and you check in, and then like another one comes through, and like even now, sometimes I'm like, it kind of doesn't feel real. So you go to bed, you wake up, and you've earned money whilst you've been sleeping. Lots of people don't believe it's real, but it really is real. You can earn money online, and you just need to put in the time and effort, really, don't you? And actually focus and commit to this, and you can build a brand or a business completely online.
110%. And it actually always shocked me though that it felt like unreal to people, because it's like people are always buying stuff, right? Like, and I know plenty of people that buy stupid things all the time. So why wouldn't someone be able to sell things on the internet? You know what I mean? That always shocked me that it was such an issue for people to believe it, because it's like you're just selling stuff, right? Like if people buy dumb things, why wouldn't they buy what you're offering? You know what I mean? Like, not meaning that what we're selling is dumb, but meaning that there's someone out there that will buy practically anything. Like I saw some meme the other day, and it was like, if you think you can't sell online, just remember someone sold this. And it was a picture of literally just a plastic toy leg. That's all it was. And then the packaging said plastic toy leg. And it's like, yeah, people buy just about anything. So of course you would be able to, if you could find your audience, of course you're going to be able to find someone who wants to buy whatever you're selling, But, even at my old job, I worked in engineering, and a lot of my coworkers, they couldn't fathom that I was selling things online. It didn't make sense to them. Of course, to them, it felt like I must be doing something sketchy, because society doesn't condition you to see online sales as like a real thing, which again, to me, just seems like, it seems pretty simple to me. But, most people just don't get it. But you know what? That means more for us. So I'm not too worried about it.
It does. And the thing is, like, in terms of the whole make money online thing, it's always shrouded with, the word scam and things like this, but that's only because people who go ahead and purchase products, some of them may be scams, and lots of people don't go ahead and earn money. So the people who don't earn money shout about it the loudest, whereas the ones who are actually earning money, they're not going on Facebook and YouTube and showing their earnings all the time, are they? Because we just like to work and earn the money quietly instead of going ahead and shouting about it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, and to be fair, there is a lot of garbage out there. I mean, I've bought my fair share of bad courses. I've bought my fair share of great courses that teach you different things. But I guess in my findings, one of the best ways to differentiate is look at to see if you can see actual proof, right? So, like, one of my biggest things was launching case study based products. So, a case study, how I drove X
Yeah.
amount of visitors in X amount of
Mhm.
time and made X amount of money. And whenever I did that, I think especially for me, I made a much better name for myself in the online marketing, launching courses space, because people always knew that whatever I would put out would be backed by some sort of case study. It's actually kind of flattering in a way, because a lot of people started copying that, which I think was a good thing, because it kind of inadvertently cleaned up the industry a little bit. You saw a lot more products coming out with the word case study, and people were actually trying to have some sort of case study to show people of what they were actually doing, like this is a proven method and not just some pie in the sky nonsense. So I think when it comes to the digital courses, for anyone watching, always look to see if there's a case study, and that's how you can kind of differentiate the bad courses from
Mhm.
something that probably will help your business or help you get started or whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why I love your content and your business partners, Greg's, because any course that I've ever purchased from you guys, it always comes with not bonus, it always comes with case studies and the front end product, the price of the product. You do not need anything else to go with that. It's always complements it. So you pay the fee, and then it's literally an all-in-one, done-for-you solution with case study, and all you need to do is take action.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what we aim for. And it's like there's nothing wrong with selling information that solves a problem. And I think when you do give people that case study, it just really rationalizes it for them. Like, okay, this is what these people are teaching. And I think if more people who sold products did that, it would take away more of the stigma around buying a product that teaches people how to either make money online or improve their sales or whatever. It just takes away that stigma, because it's like, oh, this is just what this guy did. He's just showing me what he did, versus trying to sell me on some method that may or may not work.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, that kind of brings me over into my next question for you is about, I think it was about 4 or 5 days ago now, I went ahead and got your Growth Commander, which is your new software that you've been working on for a long time and you've been building it. And I've had access to this for a few days and it is absolutely brilliant. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a bit about that, how it come about, and give us like shows a few bits with it?
Yeah, sure. So actually, if you want, I'll actually just pull up my screen real quick and I'll share.
Okay.
I'll just share our sales page, because basically it kind of does a better job than I can of explaining what this tool does, and I'll kind of, as we go through, I'll explain why we built it and what it solves.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
just gotta figure out how to share screens real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen there.
Yep.
Okay, great. So the headline says, find the most viral topics, create and curate engaging content, and start exploding your visitors today. So in a nutshell, what Growth Commander does is it helps you find viral content within any niche online, so that you know what topics people are actually interested in. Because when you put out content, you want to be able to make sure that content is engaging and even has the ability to go viral, right? So it helps you do that. It also helps you create your content. You can literally craft your own posts, your own blog content, or whatever it is you're trying to do right in the tool. You can pull in a lot of royalty-free images, videos, and we even have content loaded in there that's totally you have rights to use it for yourself, rights to use it for clients, so you can mishmash that however you want. We also have curation tools for other articles that you can kind of incorporate into your blog post. So basically, it not only helps you find what topics that you could plan to use for creating content, it helps you actually create that content. And then it also helps you even auto-link that content directly to your WordPress blog. It also has a feature called the content calendar, so that if you want to build a content schedule to keep yourself on track for getting content out regularly, you can use the calendar to do that. It also has the ability for you to literally schedule out writers to actually see that content and what's due. So for example, if I have 3 people writing content for my blog, I can literally add them into my account and I can send them reminders on when content is due. So that's another really cool feature that we have inside. I'll just go through the page here to just show you the
Okay.
details. of each feature. But really what's kind of cool is that this is perfect for anyone who's doing blogging or affiliate marketing, e-com. Agencies can definitely use this and get great results. But really just to kind of give you an idea of the features, like this is just an example of finding viral content, right? So like you could type in something related to dogs and you could see what websites are published and what kind of shares those things have. So right here, you know that whatever this article is, you can check it out, has very high shares, which means that that's probably a good topic that you could use for planning out content for your own blog or your own channel or whatever it is you're doing. And then this is just a quick preview of what the studio looks like when it comes to, you know, publishing content. So you can see here that you have a ton of different options for building out that content. It even gives you the keyword density. So when you're writing, you know, if you're optimized for SEO or whatever it is you're doing, you also have the ability to curate images. Like I said, you can make sure that you add in images from different sources. So that's really cool. And also down here, you can utilize, like I said, you can utilize our content database. We have content that we're constantly adding that you can literally, if you don't even want to write anything, if you want to publish content to your social media from your own site, you have the rights to this content. And these are just a few examples, but we have everything from fitness to make money online. Lots of content that's available for you to just publish if you need it. And the cool thing is you even have the ability to have someone pay you to publish this to their blog. And then we also have this really cool feature here, which is the SEO tool, which basically you can type in a keyword, and what's going to happen is it's going to analyze the results on the first page of Google for that keyword. And then this will just help give you an idea of what kind of competition you're up against for ranking on the first page, including giving you the keyword density, the word count, if the keyword is in the title, if there's any images in the post, videos, basically different things that you can look at. Green is good, orange is like, you know, medium, and red is tough. So you can have an idea. But it's also especially nice to know the word count, right? Like just to know what your competition is on the first page. So that's a helpful little tool. And then this is the content schedule that I was talking about. Basically, you can build out when you need things due. You can even assign writers, and then they get sub-account access to your account. So that's another helpful tool, especially for agencies or content agencies especially could really use this tool. So, you know, it's really, really powerful. Obviously, we give tutorials for everything as well. The cool thing is this is something that we're going to be constantly improving and making even better over time. So, you know, we've gone pretty much all in with this software. It's our main thing now. And, you know, it's already selling. We already have people using it that love it. So we're excited to watch this keep growing and help get this in the hands of as many bloggers or agencies or marketers as we can to really help them make their lives easier when they're running their business. So yeah, that's kind of just a quick.
Thank you very much for that. And I mean, like I said, I've only been playing around with Growth Commander for a couple of days now, but it is just, there's so much that you can do inside of it. There's so many different functions that you can do. And like you said, this will work if you want to do niche blogs, if you want to do big generic blogs, it will work if you're an agency. There's just so many different options with this. And I'm going to be doing like a series on my YouTube channel and on my blog about how you can use this software to basically just crank out lots of content for you. I really love the fact that you can go ahead and also check out like page one rankings and, you know, the difficulty and the word count of it. It just makes life, especially for me as a blogger, so much easier. And also as an affiliate marketer, there's just so many options with this software for many different people. So we'll be covering that, and I'll drop a link down below. So if anyone wants to go and check that out, then they absolutely can do. So that is one of your softwares. There's many more, and look, we won't go into all of your softwares and products because we'd be here all night. But I absolutely love that product. I really do. So in pretty much that's pretty much all of my questions for you, Stefan. I really appreciate you taking the time out with your busy schedule to come and speak with us. Any closing words? Anything to anyone who's thinking of starting an online business or looking at maybe blogging? Any last words, closing words?
I think I would say if you can define what you really want and you decide what you really want is the ability to build this thing that has the potential to not only make you side income, but make you a full-time income, let you travel. If you're really serious about that, I would say, why wait? Take the risk. You can take the risk while being at a full-time job. That's what I did. You know, this was something I was quietly building while I was working full-time. And I would just say if you're serious about it, or even if you're unsure, it never hurts to get started because, you never know what you might miss out on if you don't. So.
Absolutely. Thank you ever so much for that. There's some great tips. And also, like I say, we will drop links to everything that we've covered in this conversation and this live Q&A today. So again, thank you very much, Stefan. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see everyone soon.
Take care, Mark. Thanks so much for having me on.